Something you might not know about Arielle and I is we have not smoked in over 2 years, but we're getting the itch. Summer's on the way. We're building a new smoker. Let's gather our supplies. We're heading to the shop. Two of them at 33.
Do you want to decide how we're going to do the walls too?
So they're gonna have to stick out a little, is what you're saying?
These?
Yeah, can you not do 1 bias or something, or 2 bias?
Just don't even frame a front wall. Just do frame 2 side walls and a back wall.
Yeah, and then so would you run this one like this for the door? Then you could put your door, you could even do doubles if you want it narrower. Oh, it can't be narrower because you need to take out a...
Yeah, that's what I was saying. The door needs to be as wide as that big one. This is the base of the smoker that we're starting with here. Eventually, when it's done, it's going to be raised up off the ground, and we are going to be using these standard size oven racks. I think they're 16 by 24. We picked up 6 of these from Amazon. This is what we're going to be using to slide our food in and out. So all of these measurements from down here on the bottom are really important that when we're done, these racks are going to fit in here perfectly. We decided to do a double bottom plate on here to tie things together and make it nice and strong for us so we can move this around with our tractor when we want to. And we're going to place these racks at 6 inches apart. The main inside is going to be 42 inches tall in the back, and it's going to have a slight angle to the roof, and it's going to be 48 inches tall in the front. Next, we're going to be cutting those pieces. So we'll do 2 pieces at the 42 inches, and then we're going to get our angle that our roof's going to run at.
Yeah, you have to do such a short.
Okay. What is that?
Piece of plastic? Oh darn, looks important.
Okay. There's those.
Okay.
So we need to be 21 3/4. 26 3/4.
Looks like you're too short, is it? No, it's the right one, huh?
So look, you already got the angle on this side.
Nice. Are you kidding?
Nothing
Man,
ever goes our way. And today,
It's really exciting.
one thing went our way. I don't know.
Three screws? Nice.
It's a hair small, but I think it'll work. We're working with used metal roofing we have around the property to build this smoker, so we're going to kind of use that when we're making our dimensions. The roof, we've decided on 47 inches wide, and then we'll do 48 inches long, so pretty much a square. We're going to start with the 2 47-inch pieces, one for the front, one for the back. Get your side. Where it should be.
Do you want it overhanging or no, Pride?
We'll
We'll cut it.
yeah, we might as well.
Well, it might as well make this flush.
Oh yeah, why are we not down there?
remember the outhouse one?
There she is.
Let me put my plugs in.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's been my eye before. Oh! That was my...
Oh, that thing's heavy. Keep going.
Just come down.
Okay, keep going. I'm in it. A lot of progress being made out here today, and this whole entire project, we're kind of building it as we go. This is going to be a detached smoker, so the flame, or I guess where the smoke is coming from, it's not actually going to be in the smoker, it's going to be on the outside. So we don't really know where we're going to put the smoke in yet, but we just put the floor in there. We're using 1x6s for this project, or at least for a lot of it. The framing was built out of 2x4s, but we've been cutting a lot of wood on the sawmill lately, and we knew we were building a smoker, so we put some aside that were not bad, but just not good enough for the siding that we're gonna be doing on the back. And we're putting them to good use on the smoker. Roof's on. We've got it sitting a little bit off the ground, and we're gonna start putting the siding on it. 1x6s, we're gonna start on the sides, we'll do the back, and then we're gonna have to figure out something with a door and a front. It's cool.
It's a miniature outhouse.
I mean, it's not even miniature.
Not even miniature.
You don't need to stand in the outhouse. Door frame will be built out of 2x2s. We're trying to keep it a little bit lighter, and then we're gonna cover it with the same siding. Is it gonna fit? Okay. What's going on here? There it goes.
How far would you want it? Just a little edge.
Let's see. Oh, let me get that bottom in there. Push hard. Okay. Okay, we're gonna strip this out. Let's.
Voila! The door closes perfect. Had to do a little shaving, but it turned out really nice. I think it's gorgeous. We were able to use some older wood that we had for the front, and that's why it looks a little bit different. We are going to measure now on the inside where we want the trays, and we're gonna use those 2x2s that we have, just some leftover wood from sawmilling, and that's gonna be the support for the trays. Pretty cool. Pretty funny to be in here. No? Hey, Hunt, would you be open for this? If I get inside, these are the bolts hit you. What do you think, Hun? No comment?
Let's see if a rack fits, right?
That's the ultimate test.
Top rack.
Wow.
And they won't fall off. I mean, they're loose, but they won't fall off. Pull it out.
Yeah.
Smoke was probably gonna come in right in the center, it's gonna hit that tray, and then come up the sides. In addition to those trays we're gonna be putting in here, we wanted the option of pulling all the trays out and being able to hang meat like fish strips or jerky or anything like that. So we're gonna try to do that with some of these 1-inch dowels, and we're gonna do them up top. We're gonna do 3, and then about halfway down we'll do another 3. We're gonna try to use this router with this little router bit on there to get kind of like a an indent or like a half moon where these will sit in there and then they won't roll around. So you put one there. Oh gosh, so close.
1/4 inch long.
1/4 inch too long.
But those are nice, huh?
That one fits. Somehow. What about this one? Oh, that one fits. That one fits. Wonder if those are just bowed. You know, like. We've got a cloudy, overcast day today. We're letting the generator run to top off the batteries inside the shop. We're gonna get back to work out there, and we anticipate on finishing the smoker today, and that means we're smoking some meat tomorrow. One of our absolutely favorite things to make on the smoker is jerky. We cleaned out the freezer, we scrounged up some meat, 3 of these little caribou roasts, and we've got 1 chunk of moose meat left. Let's get it sliced up and we'll work on a little marinade. Wide variety of ingredients going in here. Spruce tip syrup. We've got leftover cowboy candy marinade, some white wine we were using in our recipe, soy sauce, ginger, and garlic. Well, that's kind of how it's gonna go. Originally, my plan was a little bit different. I was gonna use 4 pieces of these angle iron, and I was gonna build like a frame or a little basket. So we're gonna have this one, we'd have 2 coming this way, and then another one right here. The smoker was gonna fit right in it. We have used all of our cutting tools this morning, the chop saw, the big 7-inch angle grinder, and finally the gas-powered steel cutoff saw, which did do the job for us. I have a little bit of a hard time cutting real nice 45-degree angles in angle iron with the chop saw. We're using real thick metal that we had left over from when we built our solar panel mounts. It's 1/4 inch. It's just really hard to cut it with that saw for some reason. It just sits there. It doesn't really cut. And then when it finally does go through and I go to put my angles together, they're all wrong. So we decided to go with some straight cuts today, make it a little bit easier. We're just gonna put one of these on one side of the smoker. We'll put one on the other. We'll connect them this way with some more of this 2x2 square tubing. That way we'll be able to come in here with the forks and we can lift up the smoker and put it wherever we want it. For now, we've just got things tacked into place. Next, we're gonna put a piece of tubing across the bottom where it can sit on the ground. And then we're gonna have to figure out how we can put the smoker kind of on here or get a measurement where these are gonna fit perfectly and everything will be nice and tight.
Come my way. There you go. Does it fit?
It's in there.
Don't fall off the back of it.
You got it?
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, I got the back.
Okay, we're a little askew. We gotta rotate your way just here. Yeah. That's perfect.
Okay, you on the front?
We're good.
You got it? It's coming
Yeah,
at you.
we're good. Smash me if you need to.
Okay.
I think we're good, hon.
Oh, that's crazy.
We just gotta tilt it in.
It's moving day.
is legitimately like 600 pounds.
She's only got 3 legs. Cut a big hole in the bottom. That is where the smoke is going to come into the smoker, and it turned out awesome. That's a 6-inch hole. We're going to be using 6-inch stovepipe, and this is the stove we're going to be using. It is an old school Vermont Castings Resolute. Or Resolute. It's a cool little stove that we got in a trade a couple years ago, and we've always had it knowing we were going to build a smoker. It's cast iron, so all of this rust on here, we can take care of that. We can oil it. We can get it looking good. It has a front entrance to the firebox, so you can put your wood in that way, and then it's also got this top entrance here. Honestly, I don't know a lot about this stove. I've never used it. What's this? Some sort of flapper right there. I don't know, we'll figure it out. But the next thing we're gonna do is get this positioned exactly where we want it. We're gonna start with a 4-foot piece of stovepipe, and we'll see how that goes with our smoking. It's like we gotta move it a little.
That way more. I think I may have needed to go that way more, but I could be wrong. Watch your foot. Watch your clothes. More?
Towards that way. Who put this in there?
Oh, that's a real tight one, huh?
Okay, we're in. The smoker is done for now. We used the backhoe on the tractor to dig down maybe about 8 inches and put the stove a little bit lower down. That way we had a slight angle with the pipe coming in underneath. We're gonna do a few little other things in there, get the racks in, get a drip tray put in, install our temperature gauge, and then tomorrow we're smoking. Got the smoker all loaded up and ready to go today. Tried to get out here a little earlier, but we had some work to do this morning, so I think it's about noon right now. We'll see how long this has to go until it gets to where we can store it without keeping it in the fridge is our goal. Last night we put this tray in here, and not only is it gonna function as a drip tray, you can see it's catching all that liquid right now. It's also going to function as kind of like a spreader of the smoke. I don't know what you would call that, but the chimney comes in right there, and I'm hoping it's gonna hit here, kind of deflect some of the smoke and some of the heat, and it'll kind of go up and around the smoker. Our goal with this smoker is to make a cold smoker, hopefully, and be able to dial it in and get the temperatures real low. If we could get around that 90-degree Fahrenheit mark, that would be awesome, but we will see. We're gonna fire it up with some wood that we got, see if we can get her smoking. Typically, we smoke our meats with alder, and we sometimes use birch because that's what's available to us. We moved to this new place. There is no alder on our property, but we did have a few pieces of birch left over that I've been saving. More, maybe like 1 round split up, so not that much. We did pick up some pecan or pecan, whatever you want to call it, and these are chunks that are meant for like smoking your meats. I've soaked these in some water. They've been in there for probably about 20 minutes. We'll see how those work. Usually when you soak them, they burn like a little bit slower and put off a little bit more moisture in your smoke. Okay, she's starting to go, so I say we smoke some meat. Let's close this up. That's closed. Okay, this is closed. The damper's open. Let's see if we got smoke over there. Oh, it's definitely smoking in there. Just a light, real light smoke. You can see it down there. Really smoking now. Our thermometer goes from 50 degrees Fahrenheit all the way up to 800. We're gonna let this go for a little bit, let the fire kind of start going, get the smoke in there. We can adjust the amount of smoke coming into the smoker with the damper that we put on the stovepipe. Trying to keep it kind of cool, but we're gonna check back in a little bit on this. Murfreesville. Hour and a half into the full-on smoking, and we've gotten it up to 85 degrees. The wood stove right now, it's on high, well, pretty much on high, and we're just kind of letting it build up the heat and everything in there. Tons of smoke coming out everywhere. That pecan wood, it smells really good. It honestly smells like if you just like opened up a bag of really good beef jerky. We're gonna throw on a couple more chunks, and we're just gonna continue to let her go. I think it's gonna take a while. Throw a couple of those in there. Let her go. Six and a half hours into smoking our jerky, I decided to take our little temperature gauge and see how accurate the gauge was on here, and it is fairly accurate. When this one's saying 85 degrees Fahrenheit, I was in there and I was hitting the meat and all around, I was actually getting like 90 to 94, so it's really close. The top of the stove, I was getting over 500 degrees, and then the stovepipe coming in, when it's getting close to the smoker, it was like 190 degrees. Let's look inside and see how the jerky's doing. Look at that smoke. Grab a piece. Oh gosh, I'm just gonna close out for 1 second here. Definitely nowhere near
But it's cooking, huh?
being ready. But it smells really good, really smoky. When we were assembling the smoker and we put the oven trays in there, I knew that I was gonna have a problem putting small pieces of meat like this jerky. That's why I have it hanging in there. Whoa. Oh. Like that. And what I did was order a stainless steel mesh roll. It's these little 1/4-inch holes, and I'm gonna put a little piece of that on each rack. That way I can lay the jerky flat, and you can salt and pepper it and baste it if you want. It's looking like it's gonna go for, I think, at least double what it's already gone for. Right now, the way the smoker's set up, the smoke comes out of this top little section right here. It's about 4 inches by a foot, and then it has the same on the back. We left it like that because we didn't really know how the smoker was gonna work, but we did have this. In case we wanna change anything, we can block those off on the front and on the back, and then we've got some different pieces of pipe. We can run some sort of chimney like that. It is kind of proving a little difficult to get it really hot in there if we wanted to cook something with the smoke. So I think that this might help us out in the future. We're just gonna keep loading more wood on. I'm probably gonna let it go all night and wake up in the middle of the night, put more wood on. It's got a lot of drying out to do in there still.
I was thinking you'd have the issue of getting too hot.
I was thinking there was.
Ours is almost needing to.
I was thinking like 90 degrees. I was like, man, that's gonna be kind of hard.
Yeah, because you're using a wood stove.
Yeah, this wood stove's at 500 degrees. Whoops. Long story short, the jerky took 36 hours in the smoker until it was done, and it is now finished. We think that the initial temperature we were smoking it at, that 75 to like 90 or 85 degrees, was just a little bit too low for our liking. So at about the 24-hour mark, I went ahead and blocked off the rafters to try to keep a little bit more of the smoke inside the smoker, and it wasn't just venting all out the top. That resulted in a much higher temperature for us. I think we averaged that last 18 hours like 100 degrees, right around there. That seemed to work perfect. Next time we smoke meat, I think I'm just gonna put it at that 100-degree mark right there and let it go like that. This is a completely new style of smoker for us. There's obviously gonna be a learning curve with it. Our old smoker was built out of pallets and the fire was right on the inside, so it was a smoker and it was cooking the meat. When we first put this one out here and we fired it up, we thought it was gonna be like kind of a concern to keep the temperature low, but it's actually the opposite. It's kind of hard to get the temperature really high in there. These few days that we've been out here smoking, it's been pretty cool. I think the highest we hit was like 55 degrees Fahrenheit. So I imagine on a warmer day, if it was like in the 70s or something, the smoker temperature would be a lot hotter on the inside. The wood stove, using that as the area to put your wood for the smoke, it is awesome. So you can put a ton of wood in there, and I went to bed the first night at like 10 o'clock and loaded it up, and then I woke up, I think it was about like 2:30 or 3 in the morning to come out and throw some more wood on, and it was still just absolutely ripping in there. So you can walk away from this stove for a good 5 hours and not have to worry about tending on it. The whole time we were smoking, we had the stove on like wide open, full throttle. We had the little damper in the stovepipe also open, but it's awesome. This smoker is gonna be a great addition to all these meats we get and preserving our food. The smoker also has a nice seasoning on the inside now. Look how dark it is. I was interested to see what this tray looks like on the bottom of it, since it's in the...
Do you clean it or just leave it?
I mean, what even is that? Is it just
Condensation, like drips?
creosote, I guess? There's the stovepipe. Nothing lit on fire. It got pretty hot in there, though.
Thick, huh? You know, sometimes in the dehydrator they'd be a hair tough or chewy.
Mm-hmm.
They're not like that at all. They're delicate.
Really dry.
So that's what we ended up with, this gallon or half gallon and a quart.
So 3 quarts altogether of jerky.
It's not going to last very long around here. Eric used to always dehydrate jerky, and it wasn't until we moved to Alaska that we started smoking it. This jerky is like, it's different. It's cool. It's not at all tough.
The texture of it and the consistency, like the tear apart, is really nice on it. I think we nailed it on that part.
It was like fibrous, but
Yeah, definitely
But
dried. And what we're gonna do to store this is just like this. So this can go just in a cabinet or something, and it will be fine to go like this. No freezing it, or we're not even gonna vacuum pack it because we're gonna eat it so fast.
it's already preserved.
One thing I would probably do differently is try to get it in the smoke not as long. So I'd like it to be done like 18 hours. If we could get it done in 18 hours, I think that'd be awesome. There's a lot of smoke flavor coming through. Not too much, just a little more than I would prefer. And parts I do like about it is I feel like the wine came through in the marinade. It's got kind of like a kick to it. I don't know if it's the wine or if it was the vinegar from the cowboy candy mixture.
I taste it now that you mention it.
Yeah.
Yeah, wine. I feel like it's wine.
It was pretty good.
And hopefully we can get the mesh on the trays so then we can baste the meat, get a little more sticky flavoring.
Yes.
Thanks for joining us, and hopefully we are smoking a ton of meat this summer. She really did get
She got smoked on the inside, huh?
It really does taste a little like vinegar or something, or wine.
I think it's a wine.
I think it's a wine too.
That's what 30s.
So you want to do red wine or beer or something?
I don't know if I do. I don't know if I do the wine. I like sweetness in my jerky.
This has acidic.
Yes, that's more acidic.
So you want, yeah, I taste
I
it.
think I want more
Sweet.
sugar, more honey or brown sugar.
And we used a lot of sugar.
We used cowboy candy, which has sugar. We used spruce tip syrup, which has sugar. But we used the wine, and we used some vinegar.
So we need more sugar.
No wine, probably. More sugar.